Hey y'all, today's video is going to be a daily daily routine, my daily routine, what I do every day when I'm getting dressed and putting on makeup and whatever it is, whether it's running errands, taking my son to school, so be it. This is pretty much my everyday look, so I am going to share that with you from beginning to end. You are seeing a bare face. No, nothing. I have no products on my face. I basically just exfoliated using this Neutrogena pore refining exfoliating cleanser. Really good. I don't exfoliate every day. I exfoliate maybe once a week, and so this is what I use. So that's on my face. Now I'm about to moisturize with the Neutrogena oil-free moisturizer combination skin. So I just put a little bit on my hand and rub it in. And so this pretty much moisturizes, put the moisture back in my face after exfoliating. And I probably should have put my hair up, but I'm gonna work with it. Okay. So, and I don't want to rub it too much into it till like my hands are dry, because then it defeats the purpose. So, once that has been put on my face, today I'm gonna set my face with a primer. I normally use the Professional, the Benefits Professional primer, but I am out of it. So today I'm going to be using NYX Shine Killer. Let me use this. I like it. I like it. Not really much I can say about it, but I like it. So I just kind of put like some on my forehead, on my nose, under my eye, and my chin, and then just kind of blend it in. Again, I don't rub it until my hands are dry. I just kind of, push it into my skin. Okay, so that's in. All right, next, after I do those two things, I draw my eyebrows. And I use a brow powder. It's my preference. I know a lot of people like to use the gel because it stays in place and it doesn't move even if you wipe your hands, wipe your face, but I just like the brow powder. So I use Salon Perfect. This is from Walmart and it's a quad, and I use this dark brown one. My eyebrow. And y'all, I just slapped this wig on my head. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it all up and come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, honey? So once I pretty much have them shaped right, I just pretty much use this brown to shape them, to get the shape, and then I go in with this like darkest black, dark brown, whatever, and go on top of it. And I actually did a tutorial not too long ago on how I do my eyebrows, the eyebrow tutorial. So I will put the link to that video in the description box, so you all can check that out if you want to. Alright, so once my brows are the shape that I want, that I do, I then line them. And I pretty much use this NYX concealer quad. This is the Conceal Correct Contour from NYX, and I use this top right concealer, and I go up under my brow. And this pretty much cleans your brow up. And I pull it down. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. This is an angle brush, a two-sided angle brush from Eagle Tools. I love their brushes because they are all made from natural, what do you call this stuff? Bamboo, wood, and the bristles are not synthetic, but you know, natural bristles, I guess. Oh my god, my towel is this way. Okay, so and bring that down like I did the other eye. Okay. Now, to line the top of my brow, I actually mix the foundation that I'm using for that day with the concealer. And today I'm using, oh my gosh, I love this foundation. I love it. It's really, really nice. It just came out. This is a new line from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation. I love it. I am the color 355 Coconut. I love it. I love this foundation. So basically, the only thing I can say, and this is not a review or anything, the only thing I can say is I wish that they had like a applicator to dictate how much comes out the bottle, because this is pretty much it. You just kind of pour it, and if you're not paying attention, or if you don't shake it up really good and it's runny, you can pour out too much. You don't even use all of that, so that's like wasted foundation. So Maybelline, I need to get like an applicator for this. Other than that, I love it. So what I do is I mix the two. I mix the concealer that I use from the NYX palette with a little bit of the foundation, so that way I don't have like that halo look on my eyebrow. You know, some people like that look. I don't. I used to before I really got into makeup. I used to do that. Oh gosh, and looking back on old pictures and I see like this halo effect, this like white line going across my eyebrows. It looks so tacky to me, in my opinion. But so I mix the two, and I just go in and line the top of my brow with the same angle brush. And then drag that out as well. Y'all gotta forgive me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my eyebrows, but I feel like the eyebrows set your face. If your eyebrows ain't right, your face ain't gonna be right. So you need to make sure them eyebrows are on point, honey. So forgive me. Okay, so once I'm satisfied with my brow, right, I take like a clean blending brush. This is another Eagle Tools brush that I like. It's clean, there's nothing on this brush, and I just pretty much go in and blend out all the excess concealer that I use. It's not like a full blend. This is just to clean up, get all the, like I said, the excess concealer, because I'm going to go in with a beauty blender in a second and blend it out more. but I wanted to show you this brush, but I also do something else with this brush. I pretty much take, and you ever see those girls who do their eyebrows and it looks so butchy, like so sharp? That's not natural to me. And when I say sharp, I mean like they leave the beginning parts of the brow like with a straight line, and like there's no like ombre effect or anything like that. I don't like that. I think that looks so unnatural. Your brows don't grow that way. So I take the same brush and I blend out the beginning of my brow to give it a more natural look. Like that, right? Okay. And I might go back in and blend it out some more as needed, but for right now that's good. So like I said, I take my beauty blender. This is from Real Techniques, and I just spray some Studio Fix Plus, some that I need some more of. Okay, and I just go in and stay there. And like I said, I blend out that concealer around my eyebrow. And I try to get as close to my brow line as possible without touching it and messing up the perfect line I just created. Right? So once it's all blended, I leave it up under my eyes because the reason why I pull it down from the line up under is because I use that to conceal. A lot of people use eye primer. I feel like concealer does the same thing, so I don't waste my time on eye primer. I just spoke myself. I use the concealer from lining my eyes as the primer for my eyeshadow. So I kind of, dib on that, but for the most part, that's done. Alright, so, and then obviously the next thing to do is to apply my foundation, and I use a different beauty blender. This is the Ulta brand beauty blender, and I use the butt of my blender, more Studio Fix Plus, spray that, and dip it in the foundation. And I like to go one side at a time. And I push it, basically what I'm doing is I'm pushing it into my skin. This foundation is a light to medium coverage. So obviously the harder you push in, more products that you use, the more fuller you're going to get it. I like to go, like I said, this is my pretty much everyday look, so I don't like to cake it on my face unless I know I'm like going somewhere. But just for everyday use, just a little product is just fine for me. You have some people, there's some, YouTubers out there that say using your hand is the best technique for applying foundation. And I don't disagree with that. However, I have these nails, and using my hands and my fingers to get up in these nails, to get that stuff out, is like the death of me. I just really not deal with it. So I use the blender. And to me, it works just fine. Like I know, YouTubers like Missy Lynn, sometimes I've seen Patrick Starr do it. They use their fingers. And like I said, that's perfectly fine, but I just rather not. And I take it up under my chin. You don't want to forget that. Now, once I put the product on my face and I'm content with the coverage and I like it, I just like to take this powder brush. This is the e.l.f. powder brush, and it's a flat top. So I like to take it and I just make sure it's, pretty much even all over. So I go over. So once the foundation is on my face, next I do is I highlight. What I'm using right now, I have a lot of different highlighters that I actually like, but the highlighter that I'm currently using and am obsessed with at the moment is this L'Oreal True Match Color Concealer Crayon. I absolutely love it. This is the color W678 Mayan. I guess that's right. But I love this concealer crayon stick. And I just use that up under my eyes. This is what I've been using lately. My nose, and I do a little bit on my forehead. My forehead is already kind of small, and highlighting is doing just that, highlighting. So you highlight features on your face that you know the sun is going to hit and make that part of your face stand out. So because I have a smaller forehead, you know, I don't want it to like appear to look bigger. I just want to tone it with the rest of my face. So I look crazy. But once I have that on my face, I take this is a highlighter stippling brush that I absolutely like from Real Techniques, and I just pretty much go in a circular motion and I buff it out. I don't raise my highlight passes. I used to go all the way out, but learned from Patrick Starr, watching his tutorials, that when you buff your highlight all the way out to your temple, it makes your face look wider. The whole point of highlighting and contouring is you want more of a slimmer look. So doing that would do the exact opposite. So I keep it right at the corner of my eye, but I buff it out and I bring it down to just a little bit. I bring it down to right where my nose is, to about right there. Not in that straight line. I kind of go up, just like that. Okay. Now with my nose, I don't use the brush, I use my finger, and I just pretty much push it down, even out the product on my nose. Okay, so it's not gone, but it's not as evident as it was when I just put it on there. So I just kind of leave that like that and I wait for the contour. Okay, so once my highlight is on, in the same NYX contour palette, I tell you, I love this thing. This is a good investment. $12 from Ulta. I use this darkest brown to contour. This is a cream, so take a little, I don't know what kind of brush this is, but I like it. It's my contour brush. Dip it in there, and I contour. I go right in between my nose and my mouth. So I stop about right here, right where my laugh line is. You see that? That's where I stop. I know that looks really crazy, but I just want to show you that's where I stop. And I come all the way up to my temple. Depending on the look you're going for, if you want a more deep contour, then you just keep packing it on pretty much. But this is my everyday, natural, daily routine, so no need for me to pack it on today. Okay, Now I also contour my temples right here in this area. And then I take it right across the forehead. Alright. Next, I contour right in the crease of my chin. Like that. And then the last place I contour obviously is my nose. Now for my nose, I take my contour all the way up, right up under my eyebrow, and I bring it down the bridge of my nose, just like that. And the reason why I do that, because it gives your nose like a sunken type of skinny from the root all the way down the bridge. And to me, it just looks neater. Okay. And just blend it out up here. Now, being mindful, I am not dipping more product on the brush. I'm using what is left over from contouring my temples, my cheekbones, and my chin. I'm just using what's left over. I am not grabbing more products because then it would just be too heavy. So just using the leftover. That's how you snatch that nose, honey. So once that's all on, then of course it's blending it out, and I use a contour brush from Real Techniques. And basically how I buff out my contour is from the bottom part of the contour. I buff it in a circular motion like this until I get to the end, and then I bring it in and I contour or buff out that line right there. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry. So like I said, you just basically want to take the contour brush, start from your temple, buff it out at the bottom, and then bring it in so you won't have a line of demarcation where you stop with your contour, right? So it's still there, however, it is not like this butch, you know? So do that and just kind of buff it out around your temple and your forehead. Okay, so now I set my highlight, my contour. I set using a translucent powder from CoverGirl. This is the color 120 Honey. So I use this to set with. I almost kind of hate setting because it's so messy. So I tend to like shake the cap. Okay. And then I just take a disposable sponge and dip it. Now, one thing about setting, people, girls, if you're going out and you know you're going to be taking some pictures and, you know, posting for the gram and whatnot, please be light-handed or careful with your setting powder, because it can really give you like a halo ghost look on your photos if you use too much powder. Again, I know from experience. So you just want to be really mindful of that. If you plan on taking pictures, do not use a whole lot of product, right? Okay, so I completely forgot to blend out my nose. I use my finger and blend it out. Let me go back. and da da da, like that. Make it look believable. Okay, now on to setting my nose. Pretty much any area that you highlighted, you want to set with this powder. I know you're probably thinking, dang, April, that's a lot for a daily routine. Like, you do that every day. To be honest with you, I don't necessarily set every day. I'm just doing this because I just want to show you all. Maybe I should change the name to my makeup routine and not necessarily my daily makeup routine, because I don't do this every day. But I do it a lot. Okay. So then after I set my highlight, I use the MAC Studio Fix, the Studio Fix press powder and color in W58. I use this to set my contour. Using the same contour brush, I just kind of in that same sweeping motion, or circular motion, I'm sorry. Alright, now you might think, okay, well, April, it don't look like it's blending. Just wait. It all come together, I promise. Okay, so once my setting has been done, my highlight set, my contour set, I take a kabuki brush, and this is from e.l.f. I've had this little bad boy since I started doing makeup. I love this thing. I take this kabuki brush and I just blend it all together. Alright, once it's blended, I did take a pressed powder, my actual skin color. This is, I had a Studio Fix MAC pressed powder, like the one I contour with. Mysteriously, it got up and walked away, so I don't know where it is, but thank God I had a backup. This is the Ulta brand. This is the Double Duty Wet or Dry Pressed Powder Foundation, and this is in the color Warm Tan. And I just take this and my fluffy brush and I go in like that. I'm sorry, y'all, that's my nose ring. Okay, like that. Next I go into my eyes. I mean, there's more to my face, but I don't do that. I let that, like the highlighting and the bronzing, I do that absolutely last, right before I set my face with the setting powder. I go in, I do my eyes next. So I'm gonna go in with the angle brush that I used earlier to my brow and take the excess that's on here and bring it all the way down to the lid of my brow. I'm sorry, of my eye. And then on the other side. Now, it's a lot of YouTubers and makeup artists that say, oh no, you do your eyeshadows first before you put your makeup on. That way you can prevent any fallout and all that stuff. I feel like if you apply it, do the application properly, you won't have a whole lot of fallout. To each his own. I've done it both ways. I've done my eyeshadows first and then done my face, and I do it this way. It's whatever I remember to do when I'm putting on my makeup. So once I have the concealer on my eyelid, then I go in with a transition color, and I'm going for like a soft pink type of look today. So I'm using, this is Beauty Gems palette from Ulta. This is the Ulta brand, and these are the colors. So a nice little selection of colors. I'm going to use my transition with this really light pink right here. That's going to be my transition color. And I'm using a fluffy brush from e.l.f. And I am just pretty much staying up here in the brow bone area. I am not going all the way down to the lid. Staying in the brow bone. Same palette, take like this purple-ish. Let me get it in there so you can see. This little purple right here. That's like purple, that's pink. This little pink right here. Dip a little bit in there. And then with this, oh, I want to show you all a little trick that I learned. If you're trying to create a really nice looking eye look, is I take the end of something sharp. This just happened to be my duo lash adhesive, and I place it right at the corner of my eye and my brow, like that. Close my eyes, and then I'm going into the crease with this pink color. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to take that same transition color that I used, and I'm going to pat it on the lid. I'm just going to use a flat tapered brush and pat that same pink, pale pink on the lid. And I'm just patting, I'm not sweeping. Again, that creates fallout. So I'm doing a patting motion. Right. I'm pretty much done with that palette. Now, I'm gonna go into my the Urban Decay electric palette. And there's this really pretty color that I really like. This is Jilted. Where is it? Right there. I really like Jilted. So what I'm gonna do, because for whatever reason I'm not really happy with this look right here, I'm gonna take this Jilted with the same brush that comes in the palette, and I think I'm going to go back over. There we go. Place it there. And I'm going to blend this out with a clean blending brush. Alright, I'm going to still take that same Jilted. I'm going to flip it on the skinnier side and bring it in. I'm going back in this Beauty Gems palette, and I'm taking the darkest black that they have, and I'm going to darken out the corners. think in my last video I said this, I always backtrack. So the first shadow that I put on, I always let that be the last shadow I put on too. So I put on that pale pink on my lids. I'm going to go back in and put that pale pink back there. And I'm going to bring it into my tear duct. So it's not exactly the look that I was going for, but I mean, it's cute. I like it, so I'm gonna rock with it. Okay, and I think I like it even more once I bring the whole look, the whole eye look together. So the eyeshadow part is done. What I do now is I highlight my brow. And what I use to highlight my brow is this concealer from Maybelline. This is the Fit Me. I am completely out of this. This is the Deep Ponce color. It's like maybe 3 shades lighter than my color, my face color. But it's a really good under eye brow highlighter. And when I tell you I'm out of this, I'm out of it. I am like out of it. And then that blending brush that I used earlier to do my eyebrows with, I take that brush and I go ahead and I blend. Blend, girl, blend. Alright, so once that's blended, I put on some liner. I do the bottom line liner. Let me go ahead and do that. Alright, so back to the face. Now that the eyes are done, finally. So the last thing I do, well, a couple of last things I do, is I use my bronzer, and this is from Tarte. And this is the Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer that I absolutely love. And I just take it. And then I use this really pretty blush from NYX. This is the color Pink in Town from NYX. I like this brush. Why do I keep saying brush? Blush. And I use the same brush that I use for the bronzer. And I just take it because you have to smile. Last but not least are the lips. So I use this Prep and Prime from MAC lip primer. I love it. I love the smell. It smells so good. It smells so good. So take that, use that. And this is from NYX. This is their soft matte lip cream. This is the color Tokyo. It's like a pale light pink matte, and it goes on obviously wet and kind of creamy looking, but then it dries really matte. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is somewhat my daily look, a little bit more glammed up, but for the most part I do tend to go out looking just like this. I wanted to share this with you all. I'm actually going to go back, finish my hair, and then come back and show you the completed overall look, hair and face. So I'll be right back. So this is the finished look. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this one, please make sure you thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, as well as share this video with other women that you think might appreciate it. I thank you for watching. I know that this was kind of a lengthy video, but I wanted to talk to you all so you all can get to know me and my personality, instead of, you know, just doing like voiceovers or whatnot. I wanted you to see how I do my makeup on a daily basis. So yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.